Congresswoman, can you tell us about your Fair Wages for Home Care Workers Act?
Yeah, well, okay, so tons of people, as we know, are dealing with parents or have disabilities themselves, and we rely on hundreds of thousands of home care workers across the country. And this is some of the most important work. It's only going to grow. This labor force is going to grow a lot as more of our parents get to an older age. And these folks need to be paid a fair wage. These are some of the most exploited workers in the country. And oftentimes their shifts are extremely long. They have to work in working conditions that's really tough. And so we need home healthcare workers to be paid a fair wage, and so that people can age with dignity, so that they can receive care at home with dignity, and we have to be able to stand that part up of our overall healthcare system.
On another bill that you've obviously been central to, Senate Republicans from Josh Hawley to Lindsey Graham have been imploring Mike Johnson to put the Defiance Act on the floor. Have you heard anything from Speaker Johnson about timing?
Yeah, so I think what we need next is the Judiciary Committee. So we have to make sure that Republicans on the Judiciary Committee, including their chairman, give it the green light. And again, this is a bipartisan bill. We have a lot of Republican support. We just need Republican support in that committee. And this is one of those circumstances where we need to nudge it along, and we need to say, hey, listen, there are some circumstances where we can put aside our differences, and we'll celebrate anyone and everyone who helps get this past the finish line.
Got it. And on Iran, do you feel that Trump being compromised as part of the Epstein files is putting our troops at risk abroad? A lot of our adversaries are using the Epstein files as sort of to create the narrative around the war.
Yeah, I think there was a story recently, if I'm not mistaken, about how they believed that the files themselves were compromised by a foreign actor. And anytime you have compromising information that is in the hands of a foreign actor, you have the possibility of manipulation, extortion of public officials. And that is extremely dangerous. And the whole point of having that is to force public officials to make decisions that are not always in the best interest of the United States, so that they can kind of escape blackmail. We need to know more about the details of the situation, but ultimately we have seen U.S. service members lose their lives, in addition to many innocent Iranians.
Do you think the Epstein...
And we don't know, and there hasn't been justification as to why.
Do you think that the Epstein files could make Trump a target for blackmail then?
We don't know what's been compromised and what hasn't. Pam Bondi needs to release the other 3 million files. We have to remember that Attorney General Bondi is still illegally withholding it. She's in violation of the law, and from what folks have seen in the Epstein files, Trump is absolutely implicated, and that's just from what's been mentioned. That doesn't even include what's been hidden. And so if there's a foreign actor out there that has more access to the Epstein files than the United States Congress, then we do not know who is compromised, the extent to which they are compromised, and the extent to which blackmail could play a role. But I suspect the odds of that could be quite high.
Were you in any of the classified briefings today?
I could not make the FISA one, but
yeah. Oh, last question. So Asen, it was his birthday from our team. And I was just going to say, he obviously clips a lot of your clips, and we were really grateful for him.
No, thank you. Happy birthday, Asen. You make the internet a brighter place for a lot of people. And it's truly, truly in this digital age when so much of the establishment, I think, is behind when it comes to digital organizing and getting things out. I mean, the work that you do is pretty priceless.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.